Hello ZOS developers, this is Hey Guys Laughing Out Loud. I am creating this video to demonstrate to you two new bugs related to the sorcerer ability known as the Volatile Familiar. These bugs were introduced upon the launch of 1.4, and these bugs were actually brought to my attention from a guildie of mine yesterday. At which time, when I was informed of the bugs, I proceeded to test them further and realized that he was actually correct. And I actually found, well, he told me about one bug and I found two others. For this particular video demonstration of these bugs, I have chosen to disable all add-ons. So let's go ahead and demonstrate bug number one. Bug number one, when a sorcerer summons and unsummons the Volatile Familiar, it will oftentimes not summon the Volatile Familiar, but will consume magicka anyways, as you can see here in this demonstration. So I'm spamming my Volatile Familiar, and as you can see, now it's starting to summon. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay, there you go. You can see now it's not summoning it at all. Oftentimes it just won't summon at all, which is preventing the sorcerer from being able to spam it as an attack ability. You can see there it's not properly summoning, and it's actually even worse when actually using this in PvP due to lag. So let's move on to bug number two. Now, bug number two, when a sorcerer unsummons the Volatile Familiar, either from hitting the ability bar hotkey or by switching weapons, provided the Volatile Familiar is not slotted on the second weapon slot, sorcerers are no longer getting the rebate passive bonus. That bonus is a player receives 15 max magicka when one of their summoned creatures is killed or unsummoned. Now, I'm going to pull up my attributes. As you can see in the video, I have 2650 magicka. 15% of 2650, that is my max magicka. 15% of 2650 is 397.5 magicka. Now, if I pull up the ability, the Volatile Familiar is costing me 477 magicka. Now, when we subtract 477 from, I think it was 397, the actual loss of magicka is 79.5, which is also mitigated by my magic regen. So with the way I have my build working, the ability literally should not be consuming any magicka. However, rebate is not working, and I will demonstrate that here. I'm gonna actually spam the pet ability a little bit slower, so it will actually summon because of bug number one. If I spam it, it won't work. And if you watch my magicka, it's actually depleting. It'll be a little more difficult to see the bug because I'm not in combat, so my magicka regen is really high. But the fact that I shouldn't be losing, my magicka regen should literally, as soon as I summon the pet and unsummon it, I should literally be back to full magicka at all times, because especially being out of combat with my magicka regen and the rebate. But that is not happening. As you can see, I should have been at full magicka, and it's not. Let me reduce my magicka a little bit more. And watch my bar. Yes, my magicka goes up, but there you can see it's not giving me the return. On occasion it will work. It's not completely broken. It's kind of random. I'd say literally it's probably about a 50% chance that you're going to get that magicka return. whereas prior to patch 1.4, it was working perfectly fine. So when you go, if and when you do go and test this, because hopefully you have better testing methods than what I'm able to produce here in this video, you'll be able to isolate this bug and fix it. Bug number 3, I'm just going to go ahead and report it here. Unfortunately, I won't be able to reproduce it for you, but you can also look into it when you start to address the other 2 bugs already mentioned. Bug number 3 is what happens when the sorcerer summons a volatile familiar while only having the ability slotted on 1 bar. You can oftentimes swap weapons and the pet will remain active and unsummoned, and will obviously continue to follow you around or obey commands to attack another player. But because of this bug, you will not be able to unsummon it to use it as an offensive attack. As I mentioned before, the bug is much more random, a bit more difficult to reproduce, and to be quite honest, it doesn't happen very much. I think I played for 6 hours yesterday in PvP, and I think the bug only happened 3 times. It would still be nice to not have it happen at all, and I wouldn't consider that a priority to fix as I would bug number 1 and bug number 2. But if you're going to go ahead and address the other bugs, might as well do them all at once. I realize that this particular ability may not be as used widely as, say, abilities like the Shadow Cloak for Nightblades, which is getting immediate attention and being fixed next week. However, there are quite a few sorcerers that do use this ability, and because this ability, and as we demonstrated, is rather broken right now, we would greatly appreciate your speedy attention on fixing this as well. Obviously, you won't probably be able to fix it by next week as Shadow Cloak is being fixed, but perhaps maybe the following week after, if you could go ahead and work on this. Thank you for listening, and you have a good day.